Friday. I'm Chris Haymeyer. Evan Budrovich is on a European vacation. Can't wait till he gets back to hear about all of that. But another sensational week for Campbell Athletics, including our softball team going to the NCAA Tournament for the third straight time, something they have never done in their program history. We talked to their head coach, Trena Prater. Joining me now, she is our head coach of our Campbell softball team in just her first year leading the Campbell Camels to another regular season title, another tournament title, and the third straight trip to the NCAA Tournament. They will start their run for a regional title in the NCAA Tournament at Duke, the Durham Regional, as they will play at 2:30 this Friday against Charlotte. She is Trena Prater. And Coach, first of all, you have had a couple of days to let it all sink in. Your thoughts about what this team and your coaching staff has accomplished?
It is a big deal. I'm starting to kind of see what we've done, and we've done a lot of great things, I think, throughout this year. The team has worked hard, so this was our expectation. And still our goals ahead of us are to win regionals, win super regionals, and get to the College World Series for the first time for this program.
Tell me what you have gone through these last couple of days. There's the elation of Saturday, you win the conference title. Sunday, you find out where you're going, and then there's a lot of other stuff to do in there.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of mixed emotions always. It's the suspense of Sunday's selection show, and then to see that we're playing Duke, and then it was like, okay, we're going to Duke, and then it was like, oh, we're playing Charlotte. So a lot of good emotions, mixed emotions. Like, you always want to travel or go somewhere out of state for regionals, but we're going to take advantage of the opportunity to have our Camel Nation in our back pocket in the stands rooting us on. So we're excited.
You lead me into your next question. Of course, this is the third time for some of these upperclassmen. This is the third time they've gone. They've gone to the big places. The SEC placed Tennessee last year, of course, the Oklahoma State in the Big 12 the year before. Do you get the sense from the team that most of them are excited that they're so close and friends and family, it's more reachable?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about we're going to play the game like it's in our backyard. No matter where we were going to go, we knew we had to compete and we got to play our best ball. So we feel like we're in a regional that we could be competitive and win it.
When you talk about this regional, the thing that jumps out of everybody is there's a team that you're playing on Friday that you've beat. There's a team in Duke that you have seen this year. First, we'll start with Charlotte. What can you tell us about them? You guys were involved in an epic battle. It was a 6-1, 12-inning win where Bella pitched her heart out.
Absolutely. That is one advantage of this regional. We've played Charlotte. We played them for 12 innings. We've played Duke. We played them also twice, so we have experience. From a scouting perspective, this was probably the best fit for us in a regional. Charlotte is a very good team. They have a very explosive offense, and they did a great job in their conference as well. So obviously they're a different team from February when we saw them, and we're a very more experienced team than we were back then. So we were looking at the lineup that was playing then versus now, and it's significantly different. So we're excited to put out a competitive 7 innings on Friday and keep it rolling through the weekend.
Coach, tell me about that lineup that has been so sensational this year. I think what really stuck out to me, of course, in the circle, you had a great pitching staff, and Bella anchored that staff, but it seemed like each week, each month, each game, somebody else stepped up for you, and then to have Shorty do what she did as the super senior in the tournament, just incredible that it's truly been a team that has pushed you to this point.
Right. We don't have any superheroes, if you will. Claudia is our 5th-year senior with the most experience, so like the expectation is we're on your shoulders, and if you go, we go. She's been moved around in the lineup a little bit. She was in an RBI situation, batting 5 early on, I think, when we played Charlotte last time. Obviously, she's been very consistent, and you want that person who's going to be on base the most to get the most at-bats. and swinging the bat, and she's been leading us from that leadoff position. So I'm so proud of her. Our young ones, Michaela McLean, showed up for us in that game. Championship day in Longwood, and Maddie Gillespie, freshman of the year, is doing her thing. Alyssa Hennold has been consistent for us. So that top of the lineup is great, and then the bottom does what they do to be on base when we turn the lineup over. So just very, very proud of them as a whole, of understanding how to be productive, situational hitting, getting bunts, and moving runners.
Bella, I'm running out of adjectives. It started off as, she has thrown so many innings. She has done so much. When is she going to run out of gas? And she keeps filling up that tank. Can you even put into perspective about her and what she's done this year?
Yeah, she's been through a lot to get to this point, and that's what I'm most happy for her, to finally be happy in a situation, want the ball, have her team on her back, believe in her teammates. She's truly that person. Obviously, if she goes, we go. But when she's not having a good day, we have her back, and she notices that, and she acknowledges that, and she thanks her teammates for it. So I always happy for great people, and she's a good person and a phenomenal pitcher. And when will she run out of gas? When the season's over. Until then, she's going to give us everything she has, and that's all we ask of all of them.
What has it taken for you and your staff to come in, again, inheriting a group that knows how to win and has expectations to win? What has it taken, though, for you to come in, get them to buy into what you have believed in, and then keep winning?
Yeah, I think we loved on them. We genuinely love this group of girls, and we've created a family. Everybody says it, but I really feel like we live it and we do it, and we enjoy being around each other. If you watch our social media, if you watch them in the dugouts, you really get a true feel of the culture that we've created. And they were winners before, but now they're winners and they're united as one unit. It's not starters versus the dugout. It's not players versus coaches. We're all in this together, and they're having fun. So if there's anything that I think that we've done, we've made it. We've created a standard. They know the standard. They know my expectations. There is no gray. It's black and white, and right is right, wrong is wrong, and they know that. And I think that's why there's no misunderstandings.
You have been to the NCAA Tournament as an All-American player at LSU. You've been to an NCAA Tournament as a head coach before. You have been as an assistant coach. You know a lot about what it takes to be successful in a regional. What does it take to be successful in a regional?
You got to have great pitching, air-free defense, and timely hitting. That's what it's going to come down to. Who's going to play defense, and what pitcher can go to course of the tournament. So it's going to take everybody in that dugout. It's going to take people to step up with runners in scoring position, and that's something that we have to maximize. We left 30 people on base in 4 games in the Big South tournament. We have to be better. We put up a lot of runs, but we could put up a lot more. I think for us, that's what's going to be the difference.
Finally, how proud are you of this team and this staff, and what have you accomplished so far?
I'm just proud of them because we work. I'm proud that Coach Arevalo has built a bond with the pitchers. The pitchers trust her. They believe in her. Coach Hill spends numerous hours and hours and hours on that field and in the cages with the girls, and what she's been able to do to transform our offense has been phenomenal, from their numbers last year to this year. And them just buying into, I tell them, we're not a home run hitting team, so stop swinging for the fences. Our goal is to lead the country in doubles, and I told them that from the beginning, and we've kind of bought into who we are. It was really funny during the selection show. We thought we were going, I forget what school it was. We were up there, and it was the last spot, and they were like, well, speaking of home runs, and then everybody busts out laughing. They're like, whoop, that's not us. So we really bought into, we're going to pepper some base hits and doubles and use our speed to move runners and score a lot of runs.
Well, Coach, congratulations. It has been so fun to watch, and we can't wait to see it down the road, up the road in Durham. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
She is Trena Prater, and her Campbell softball team will start their NCAA tournament coming up this Friday at 2:30. We'll have more of Camel Call Friday when we come back after the break. Welcome back into Camel Call Friday. From one diamond to the other, our Campbell baseball team, what a roller coaster of a week it's been for them. Campbell coming into the week ranked 14th in the country. On Tuesday, playing 15th ranked East Carolina. I think everybody said while thinking about this matchup, wow, what a matchup it would be. It would almost be like an NCAA regional setting. And I tell you, folks, it certainly was. The place up in Greenville was nearly packed. The crowd was on their feet in the first inning. It was a 4-hour and 15-minute game. It had lead changes, momentum swings. Campbell ending up scoring a couple of runs in the top of the ninth after losing the lead a couple of times and beating ECU 14-13. Campbell sweeps the season series with East Carolina. Campbell going 3-0 against a Pirate team that has been ranked in the top 15 for the majority of the season. Campbell coming right back into this weekend that starts early with the conference tournament starting next week on Thursday. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday conference series at USC Upstate. USC Upstate, the only team in the conference that is hung with Campbell. It was simple coming in. Campbell needing to win one game, and they would win their 5th straight Big South Conference regular season title. USC Upstate would have to sweep Campbell to upset the Camels and take away their first ever title. Last night, Campbell losing a lead late in the 8th inning, ended up losing 9-4 at USC Upstate. They'll have another chance tonight at 5, and then 2 o'clock on Saturday. Next week starts the Big South Conference Tournament, as Campbell will get either the 1 or 2 seed. There's only going to be 4 teams in the tournament this year, and Campbell will be going for what would be their 4th tournament victory in the last 5 years. So everything's still looking really good for Campbell. It was a big win against ECU, a little bit of a setback against USC Upstate. Campbell still on the outside looking in the mix for hosting a regional, but Campbell is firmly in at the quote-unquote very worst, a number 2 seed at a regional, which would be something that they have never done, of course, still in the top 15. So a lot still to come for this Campbell baseball team. On the track, it was an incredible week for the track and field team. I mean, just an amazing performance at the conference championship. A performance that has never been done before. We've been telling you all year that this has been the most successful season in Campbell track and field history. And it certainly continued into what was a championship where Campbell had 13 first-place finishes, had 3 meet records, and 1 school record. And that school record and meet record was one of the best jumps that happened on the East Coast this year. So C.J. McBride, he was named the championship's most outstanding performer. His high jump mark is the best in the nation this year. He also finished first in the triple jump. Andre Douglas, the most valuable athlete, first in hurdles, second in the triple jump. Virgil Givens, the men's and women's head coach, was named men's and women's coach of the year. So Campbell now sending a record 10 athletes to regionals next week. And not only are they sending 10 athletes, these 10 athletes, some of them are competing in multiple events at the NCAA East Regional. And how the regionals work is the 48 top times and the top heights and jumps come there, and then the top 12 will go on to the NCAA National Championships coming up in a couple of more weeks. And a lot of the times that the Campbell athletes have are right on the edge or better than the top 12. So Campbell is not only going to be well represented, nearly 20 different events by 10 different athletes down at the regionals next week, which start on Wednesday, but it is going to be highly likely that Campbell will send the most athletes that they've ever sent to the national championship, which would be 3, would be a record. So, so much to look forward to next week. And of course, it'll be track and field regional time that happens down in Jacksonville, Florida. And then Campbell will be going for another Big South Conference Tournament baseball title. But this weekend, all about our Campbell softball team as they try to make some hay in the NCAA Durham Duke Regional. I'm Chris Ameyer saying so long. Thank you so much for listening. We are through the entire season of Camel Call Live, so no more Monday shows. But if you're listening to this right now, you can scroll back and get a whole lot of great content. We interviewed a lot of teams, a lot of coaches, a lot of student athletes, and all those are on the Camel Call Live podcast. We'll be back next, probably Thursday, a little bit earlier, so we can get you set for the Big South Conference baseball tournament. So look for Camel Call Live Friday on Thursday. This has been Camel Call Friday. I'm Chris Ameyer saying so long. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great weekend.